So I just thought we'd do something a little fun. I have created a data analytics chart, so I thought we'd do some data analysis of the cards currently as I have them so far. This is just the counts. The yellow spots are the areas where I can edit the quantities of cards. These are the card count totals, and these are just the ones that have drawn but I haven't actually made the card for. So you can see the total numbers here of the earth commons, fire commons, plant commons, water commons, etc., etc. So if we can move over here, we see these charts, and these can show, how many of the cards I have in a visual way. Now, the game is supposed to have more earth of the other types because they're neutral, and it's just part of the balancing mechanism. However, the counts beyond of these different element types should be more even, and if you look closely you can kind of see where I am short on some cards. If you look in commons, obviously I need more fire commons to balance out the card totals. Here it's not too bad, but I definitely have more of the water uncommons. Probably need to do a little bit more plant, a few more fire. Here, look at this, water rare compared to the others. It even beats out earth rare. So that's a huge imbalance for the game mechanism. So I'm going to need to create some more earth rares, definitely more fire rares and plant rares, and try to balance these out and make earth a little bit more. Again, in the ultra rare, same issue. I have too many water ultra rares. I'm going to have to balance that out with a lot more earth ultra rares, some fire ultra rares, plant ultra rares. Here are some statistics on the location cards. Again, locations, majority of them are supposed to be earth, again, as a balancing mechanism, because earth cards mean that they don't give you any special abilities, whereas the element type location cards give creatures of that type extra health or other abilities if they're in that location. So this should be a lot higher than these, but all of these ones right here should be about the same, but you can see they're not. I'm definitely short on fire, so I'm going to have to create some more of these cards in order to balance it out. And what else is there to look at? There's more to look at, but another thing here is we're looking at the total count, total earth, total fire, total plant, total water. Look at the difference between total fire and total water. I mean, again, we're supposed to have mostly earth, but the difference between fire and water is quite significant. So it's obvious that there's a huge imbalance in that as far as element types, water trumps the game, and I'm going to have to change that by adding more fire so that when you go to purchase the cards, you're not going to just get mostly water and some fire. It's got to be about the same. The count doesn't have to be exact the same, because if they're only a few off, the imbalance is more of an outlier, and I don't think it's going to create much of a problem. But they should be pretty close. So you can see kind of where the game stands and what cards I have to create before the packs are balanced. Now this is just the booster pack. This is kind of a nice little announcement to you if any of you are watching. This is the special that you might that others might not hear, but I have actually finished the starter box, and I'm just in the testing stages, and once that's set, then I can set that out to purchase. The booster pack will be available shortly thereafter, but I'm going to continue to add to the booster pack until everything's balanced, and then once it's all balanced with all these numbers, I've got all the cards created, then the first edition is all done. There'll be no more cards out of the first edition. It'll stop, and then every card right from thereafter, I'll just collect until I build up enough quantity to equal as much as the first edition, and that will become the second edition. And so on to the third and fourth edition until the numbers are about the same. And of course, the last thing is the location cards. And I'm going to have to obviously make more special misfortune cards. Look at the totals. Those are very low. And so I'm going to add a lot more of those. Got to get a lot more of those done. As far as for more balancing mechanisms, I am going to have special booster packs where if you go and buy them, one will have only earth creatures, one will have only fire, one will have only plant, one will have only water. There will also be a booster pack that will have only locations. Now the difference between that and the booster packs of the element types is, although the beast booster packs are going to be random, location cards are not going to be random. When you buy a booster pack of locations, it's going to have a set cards, and you're going to know exactly what you're getting. The reason for that is because for location cards, you don't really need more than one of each type. So might as well, I'm doing that to save you guys money, because you really don't need to spend money for cards you don't need. And so you'll have one location pack, and it'll have exactly these types of locations. And a location pack 2 will have those exact locations. So if you find yourself you need more location, you can buy that booster pack and get exactly what you need. Special and most fortunes, those will be random, but I will have a booster pack that's just 18 special cards, a booster pack that's just 18 most fortune. If you're playing the game and you find that you wish you had more specials, you can buy a special booster pack that comes with just special cards. And most fortune, of course, which I believe personally hardly anyone will buy, and that's fine because it's just there for those who want to have a more challenging deck. So a lot of most fortune cards can make the game quite hard. That can be fun too. Anyways, those are just sort of the statistics. I mean, like I said, the starter box is pretty much done, just waiting for the testing. Booster pack will be done too, probably like weeks later time, maybe a little sooner. And then I'll continue to add cards to it to finish the first edition. That shouldn't take long. I've gotten pretty quick at the process, and I'll add them, and I'll probably make an announcement when the first edition is complete and closed. And then all the cards from that point on will become the second edition. Anyways, that's that little area right there, kind of our data analysis. And if you have any questions about this or upcoming packs or the game itself and its future, ask in the comments below and I'll answer those questions. So that's that. Anyways, bye.